Having started in the wake of World War II in 1946 with only 8 employees, the Sony Corporation today is a Japanese multinational conglomerate who's known as a major technology company operating as one of the world's largest manufacturer of consumer and professional electronic products, the largest video game console company, and the largest video game publisher. Furthermore, Sony Entertainment is one of the largest music companies and the third largest film studio in the world. Sony built Japan's first tape recorder called the Type G. It also introduced the U-matic VCR, the world's first video cassette format, in 1971. The company subsequently launched the Betamax format in 1975. In 1979, the Walkman, the world's first portable music player. In 1983, the 3.5 floppy disk. In 1985, they launched their Handycam products and the Video 8 format. In 1987, they launched the 4mm DAT, or digital audio tape, and of course, as a video game console maker, the PS1 in 1994, the PS2 in 2002, the PS3 in 2006, the PS4 in 2013, and the PS5 in 2020. Sony had many other successes, such as the Trinitron televisions and the Bravia, known for best resolution audio-visual integrated architecture. They were also responsible for developing, alongside other manufacturers, the formats we came to love and use on a daily basis. Sony was the leading developer of the Blu-ray disc format and developed the audio CD along with Philips back in 1982. Sony is also a major audio products manufacturer, and with all this under its belt, it's no wonder that the name Sony is synonymous with quality when it comes to electronics. Which is why, during one of my frequent visits to the thrift store, I immediately grabbed this 5-disc charger manufactured by Sony in 1994. And while I couldn't find much on this specific model, the CDP CE305, I did find out that it's the exact same model as the 405 and the 505, with the only difference being that the 305 had a fixed analog audio output, the 405 had an extra optical output, and finally, the 505 had an extra optical and extra headphone output. With that, I was able to find out that this player was rated amongst the best buy CD players of 1997 according to the Consumer Buying Guide. The player sold for around $250 US, which represents 465 US, 630 Canadian, and 666 euros in today's economy. According to the guide, this changer used Sony's new proprietary hybrid pulse digital to analog converter with an 8-time oversampling digital filter, direct digital sync circuitry to minimize jitter, and resonant isolator feet to reduce shelf vibrations. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like, but more importantly, I'm happy I can give this old 90s 5-disc player a new life. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm the Retro Repair Guy. So first of all, it's that time of the year. It's Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays. Black Friday just passed, and yes, I love shopping and everything, but definitely Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I love it for so many different reasons. I'm going to be with my daughter doing the Santa, tracking the app and everything, and I love that every year. She's only 5, and it's so amazing. So anyways, that being said, no, I'm not wearing an ugly sweater for, I got dog hair. Yes, I'm not wearing an ugly sweater for Christmas. I'm wearing my little bit form-fitting Batman t-shirt, but I don't think I have sweaters that fit. So anyways, that being said, for those of you who've been following, we're finally here for the 3,000 giveaway, 3,000 subscriber giveaway. Actually, we're way over 3,600 as of today. And I just want to say thank you because we've had 1,200 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks. That came from a video that hit a little bit over 40,000 hits. Just one video already, 1,200 new subscribers. So that was really fantastic. Thank you and welcome. And of course, thank you to the existing subscribers. I love all of you guys. So now the thing is, for the contest, we're finally here. So, and I got pushed ahead because I thought we are going to be dealing with this in January, February, but no, we're dealing with it now. So that's good. It's going to be just in time for Christmas. So the way it's going to work is I'm basically going to be open to US and Canada only, and I'll put that in writing somewhere, okay? And I'll put up the website. I'll be on my website. But the thing is, it's going to be only open to US and Canada, and I apologize to the people overseas because I know I've got people writing to me from a bit everywhere, from Brazil, from Portugal, and other places. But and I love all of you guys, but the thing is, I have to stick to US and Canada for now because it's going to be a bit complex to mail the stuff there. Now, aside from that, I'm going to be, during the show, there's going to be a hashtag at the bottom somewhere. Now, I want you to take that hashtag, you're going to put a comment down below, and you're going to put that hashtag with your comments. I'm going to announce the winners on the 24th. I'm going to actually do the drawing on the 24th and upload it to YouTube right away so you'll know. How's it going to work after that? How do I know it's you? Because not everybody uses their real names, right? For YouTube, for their accounts and stuff. So basically, you're going to email me. There's going to be a special email for the giveaway. You're going to email me, and I'm going to give you a code to go and put on your comments. So we'll be able to easily prove it's you once you've edited that comment. And then I'll be able to get your address. So I got that idea from another YouTube channel, and that's a perfect way to prove, because it's not like Instagram or something where you can, contact the person directly. There's no instant messenger thing here. So by you doing that, you reach out to me, I give you a code. You have to put it in the comments. Only you have access to your account. Once you've updated the comments with that code, I know it's you, and I can send it to you. So that's going to be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. We're going to use the online software as well to pick the winner. And so look, let's just go and see first of all what Mrs. RRG has as the first prize.
It's a fun old VCR, a 90s VHS VCR from Toshiba Corporation with 22 Star Trek tapes. With its 4-head hi-fi stereo and pro drum, it'll surely bring many hours of fun retro viewing for your old shows like the original Star Trek on these wonderful almost new VHS tapes. Each tape has 2 episodes for a total of 44 to enjoy after a hard day's work, restored by no other than RRG.
So that's the VCR that I fixed last Christmas, and of course all those beautiful cassettes, but there's something more because I feel generous. It's Christmas, holidays. There's all these new subscribers. So let's see what else Mrs. RRG's got for us.
A lovely 5-audio CD player and a Barbra Streisand Just for the Record collection. This lovely CD player was made by Sony in 1994 and has a high-density linear converter and encompasses Sony's proprietary hybrid pulse digital to analog converter with an 8-time oversampling digital filter, completely restored by RRG. Next, an elegant collection of 4 audio CDs and collectible hardcover book that includes some of Barbra Streisand's memoirs in this exclusive hardcover pink case and sealed with a kiss from Mrs. RRG.
Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 2 giveaways. Now, there's no particular order. There's no like first prize, second prize. They're of equal value is what I mean. So there's going to be the VCR that I showed first will be the first drawing. The CD will be the second. And I hope you enjoy them. The cassettes, I didn't try them one by one, but they're practically new. They look barely used or anything. And at the same time, what I want to tell you is even though I fix these things, and I always say fix, but really restore, I changed the capacitors, I cleaned them all up, so I hope they'll last 20 years, but they're still over 30 years old, right? So keep that in mind. I don't know, if they're going to last forever, and I hope so. But aside from that, I'm going to give you a nice certificate that's laminated. Now, you can throw it out or you can put it on your wall, do what you want with it. But the certificate, I give that to the people who, when I sell online as well, it's going to include the serial number, and it's signed by me that I've repaired and everything. So anyways, this show is about restoring this CD player. So without further ado, let's go take a look.
This video is sponsored by PCBWay. They make great quality PCBs from your Gerber files starting at only $5. And right now they're having a big Christmas sale with up to $435 in coupons and free prototype for Christmas theme design. If you're in need of getting your own PCBs manufactured at reasonable prices for production runs or simply a one-off PCB, they offer excellent quality and unsurpassed service to help you with your designs and free online quotes. And with their quick order feature, your parameters are automatically set from your Gerber files. With fast turnaround times and fast delivery, I definitely recommend checking them out. The link is in the description below. I connected it in the store and the unit was dead, but it could have been their plug, so I wanted to test it again before diving in. The unit doesn't respond at all, so let's go ahead and open it up.
As usual, I begin with my quick visual inspection. First thing I notice is that this unit does not have any fuses, which tells me it's either a dead transformer or voltage regulator. The voltage regulator was giving me some strange readings, but that's sometimes due to the fact that it's on board. So I went ahead and removed it. The tip on my new electric pump was a little big for these solder joints, and I didn't want to wait for it to cool down, and I have no idea where I put the other tips, so I went at it old school. I had purchased another voltage regulator, and with the old one out of the circuit, I can test it more accurately. The new one is from ROM or ROHM Semiconductor. It resembles a lot the 7805 in design. When comparing the readings to the old one, it confirmed my suspicion. Not to mention, the regulator was shorted out. Probably due to bad coupling capacitors, but since I'm recapping the whole board, I'm not going to worry about that. I also went ahead and ordered a couple of caps for the power supply from Nishikon's UHW line that have extremely low impedance and long life. The new caps are rated for higher temperature and higher voltage. While these two larger capacitors were out of the board, I tested them, and not surprisingly, the 3300 microfarad was showing 21 ohms of resistance, while the 1000 microfarad was showing a whopping 69 ohms. The rest of the board had all the common values that I always have on hand. I replaced them with Nishikon audio capacitors. With the board recapped, I resoldered the input connector and then looked around for any signs of bad solder joints. As usual, because I'm neurotic, I ended up resoldering practically the whole board. I then cleaned it up with 99% alcohol and a soft toothbrush. And here's the completed board with some soldering redone and all new capacitors. One last thing was the front plate was really dirty, so I went ahead and disassembled it so I can wash it with the rest. I think it's time for a bath. So they say to err is human, and yes, I do make mistakes as well. So after I fixed it, I couldn't close the tray and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I'm always telling people, be careful, because when you're replacing a capacitor, you could replace it with something of higher value as much as you want, except be careful to the height. I thought there was plenty of space, and since this one, the other one was about half the size of this one, I figured there's plenty of space, is no problem. This is a 50 volts and the original one was a 16 volt. But even the smaller one here, so these two capacitors in the power supply, the tray was hitting on them. And this one, the longer one, got physically damaged. And I'm not going to put a physically damaged capacitor into a component I just fixed. So anyways, this one I had the exact same one, just a little bit shorter because it was 25 instead of 50 volts. And, the specs, the service manual requires 16. This one, I had a 25 volts. This is a 25 volt. I had a 16 volts actually. But the thing is, it was still as long. I didn't have anything shorter and I still had Nishikon. So what I did is I put heat shrink tubing on the legs and I folded it, which I've seen done in other, stuff that I've opened up originally from the manufacturer. Unfortunately, I wasn't going to make you wait another week for the video and, past Christmas just because I had to order another capacitor. So I had them on stock, but what I did is I folded it on the thing, and I didn't show you that because I had finished filming and everything. So that's what happened. I changed them both, And yes, you see, I do make mistakes as well. I washed the front panel in the sink, but before I reassemble it, I'm using multi-purpose cleaner to clean the display inside and out, as well as all the little cracks around the display. I then protect the plastic with 303 Aerospace Protectant, which also gives it a nice shiny finish. The tiny belt for the tray was practically new and had been replaced, so I put it back. Turning the motor manually unlocks the tray, lowers the laser unit, and enables access to be able to clean it. I use 99% alcohol on a swab made for electronics that doesn't leave residue. It's also important to clean the spindle turntable. I then use my trusty blower to make sure to clean all residue and dust. I brushed all the dust from the tray and cleaned it with some all-purpose cleaner. I also cleaned 2 small LEDs that detects the tray position. There are tiny rubber wheels on which the tray rolls. They were slippery, so I used Rubber Renew to clean and revitalize them. There are 5 wheels in total. And since I cleaned the tray that goes on top in water, I added some new lithium white grease. I think it's time to reassemble the unit. So before we go and listen to it, this hybrid pulse technology thing, obviously a marketing term, but they're referring to their DA converter. Now, the DA converter, there's a spec sheet. You can look at it. Maybe somewhere in the spec sheet, they pulled out the words hybrid pulse. And the thing that happens is if you look at old, and I did look up and down the internet, I looked at old, the Internet Archives. So the old audio magazines, they refer to Sony's proprietary hybrid pulse technology, but nobody explains what they're trying to push as it doing. Okay. So if anybody has any information out there, any old marketing material that says, look, this is hybrid pulse, this is why you should buy it, this is what it does, I'd love to hear from you because I really have no idea exactly what they mean by that. And I really looked up and down the internet. So anyways, let's just go and listen to it. I'm not joking when I say I'm always happy to see the unit turn on. I'm playing my old test CD because I'm too lazy to make a new one. Remember that I'm recording this on the camera microphone and compressed for YouTube. But here goes. All right, everybody, that's a wrap. Now, of course, don't forget to subscribe and please leave your comments below with the hashtag if you want to join the contest.
And don't forget to join us in 2023 for the new episodes.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.